Hello, and welcome to A Guide to Interlibrary Loan. My name is Natalie Logue. I am the Interlibrary Loan Librarian at Zach S. Henderson Library on Georgia Southern's Statesboro campus. This video will provide a brief overview of Interlibrary Loan, or ILL as you might see it abbreviated, and ILLiad. Then I will go into more depth on types of requests, your ILLiad account, and how to place and receive requests. Interlibrary Loan, or ILL, is the service that allows our library to borrow and lend materials with other public and private institutions. We regularly request materials from universities and public libraries all over the United States and even the Library of Congress. But we can also place requests internationally, and in the past semester have placed several requests with universities in Canada, France, Britain, and Germany. ILLiad is the name of the software we use to manage these requests. ILLiad, or Interlibrary Loan Internet Access Database, is one of the few softwares that allows us to communicate needs and updates with other libraries quickly and increases the number of requests our department can handle. This is why you must have an ILLiad account in addition to your regular library account to place ILL requests, as these two systems don't currently communicate in our library. We strive to make our ILL borrowing and lending policies as liberal as possible. Here's a list of commonly requested materials that we are able to acquire for students, faculty, and staff. The list of restricted materials is much more important. Textbooks and course materials are never ordered for students. Computers and other electronics and tools are not available through ILL. E-books cannot be borrowed from other institutions because of licensing restrictions. Assessment instruments, like surveys, scales, and tests, are typically not available either. Most often, these materials are not published with the articles, and they are not kept by libraries. Genealogy material, while not restricted, is very difficult to acquire. Most genealogy material is non-circulating, and the owning libraries will not lend it, or it is not published and sometimes not cataloged. We have, however, in the past been able to reach out to the holding library on your behalf and find out how and where you can access these materials. We have even received some extensive digitized materials for our students. To begin your ILL request, locate the Interlibrary Loan Department link on the library homepage. It can be found under the Research Services and Collections box. This will take you to our Interlibrary Loan page, where you can read more about ILL, tips for a successful request, and our policies and frequently asked questions. You'll also find a link to the ILLiad login page and the contact information for both Henderson and Lane Library's Interlibrary Loan departments. We currently handle requests by campus so that Lane patrons can pick up their materials in Savannah and Henderson patrons can pick up their materials in Statesboro. This is the ILLiad login page. If you already have an account, you'll enter your Eagle ID and password at the top and select Log On to ILLiad. However, if this is your first time placing a request, you'll need to click the First Time Users link. This first part of the new user registration is pretty straightforward. The red asterisks indicate required fields. The second part of the registration is a little more involved. We do require a mailing address, but this is only so we can send you overdue notices if email and phone contacts are not working. Faculty members are asked to put their P.O. Box number if they would like their physical loans delivered to them directly. Distance learning students can have materials delivered to their home address as well. The next important field is the home library for pickup. Please select which library you will be using to pick up any physical materials. At the very bottom is where you'll put your login information. You must use your Eagle ID number here. Any accounts without the Eagle ID number will be denied, and we will have to ask you to resubmit this form. Finally, just submit the information and you're done. The Interlibrary Loan staff review new user information in Banner or the faculty staff directory before clearing them for requests. We may contact you via email if we have questions about your account or need more information. Now you're ready to place a request. When you log into ILLiad, you see any outstanding requests directly on the home page. These are requests you have submitted but which have not been delivered electronically or checked out to you. On the left-hand side, you'll see menu sections for New Request, View, and Tools. This is where you'll navigate to in order to accomplish most of your tasks in ILLiad. To place an article or photocopy request, which can be anything from a copy of a newspaper article to a book chapter, you'll select Article or Other Photocopy under the New Requests menu. This will automatically open up a new request form. The more information you provide in this form, the easier and faster it is for us to acquire the request for you. The first title field is for the larger body of work. This would include journal titles, book titles, newspaper titles, etc. You may or may not have volume or issue numbers depending on your request, but unless it is a book chapter, we need to narrow down where to look in the series, so whatever information you have is helpful. The inclusive pages should include all the pages of an article or book chapter that you want digitized. Finally, the article or chapter, title, and author. These two fields are essential to making sure you receive the right photocopy. At the bottom of the page, if you scroll down, there is an area for where you found the item. If you're not sure of your citation information, this area allows the ILL department to retrace your steps and verify your request. However, it is not mandatory. Hit Submit Request to finish. Once you hit Submit Request, you will be taken back to the ILLiad homepage. You should immediately see your request in the queue on that main page, as well as a message at the top reading Article Request Received. This is how you know that it has been submitted. Duplicate requests will be canceled by ILL staff most of the time. When an article request is complete and has been delivered to you electronically, you'll receive an email that directs you to log into your ILLiad account to access it. You'll want to click Electronically Received Articles under the View menu. Let's look at a live account for how this will appear. All of your electronically received articles will be delivered to your ILLiad account. You can access these by going to the View menu and Electronically Received Articles. From here, you can see the complete list of electronically received articles available to you at that time. The View column will provide you with a PDF link, the Title column will tell you which article it is, and the Expires column will tell you how long that article is available. All articles come with an expiration date to comply with copyright. Once that expiration date passes, you will no longer have access to this article through ILLiad. We encourage you to download your article to a secure location for persistent access. If you click on the View link for that article, it will pop up a PDF page in your browser. From here, you can navigate to the Download section and secure your PDF. Now let's look at how to place a loan request. You'll use this for any physical materials including CDs, VHS, DVD, cassettes, etc. Under New Request, you'll find the Loan link. This will automatically open up a request form for loans. There are not as many required fields for loans as usually the title and author is sufficient. The Not Wanted After date is defaulted to 2 months from the current date. The fields that you should pay close attention to are, will you accept the item in a language other than English, and notes. Our default is to assume that you are requesting materials in English, especially if you provide an English title. Please change this box to yes if you are looking for materials not in English. Additional information on the request, the language, or the length of time needed can be included in the Notes field. Again, at the bottom of the request, we'll ask for where the citation came from in case we need to retrace your steps, but this is not mandatory. Click Submit Request to finish. So far, all of the requests I've shown you have been manually inputted. However, there is a much easier way to submit requests if you're conducting a search in our databases or discovery. Let's take a look at that now. From the library webpage, you can begin your search into databases either through the main search box or by navigating to a specific database. For the example today, we'll just use the Discovery search. As you can see, even a basic search will bring up thousands of results. Each record will list access links underneath. The first link to the left will link to any digital access or PDF the library has available. The second link will be to the library catalog, usually. These links may or may not appear depending on the availability within the Georgia Southern collection. The last link you should find on any and all records read Request via Intralibrary Loan, parentheses ILL. Some records, like this one, don't have any links to online access or access within our catalog. In this case in particular, you'll want to use the Request via Interlibrary Loan link. If you click this link, it will automatically redirect you to log into ILLiad and will auto-populate the appropriate request form. All you need to do is verify the information and scroll down to submit. Make sure you submit the request or it will not go through. While there can be many nuances to ILL and placing requests, this concludes the scope of what we will cover today. If you have questions about placing requests, managing your account, or the status of your requests, feel free to contact us. Lane Library can be reached at lane-ill@georgiasouthern.edu. Henderson Library can be reached at ill@georgiasouthern.edu. Thank you for watching and have a good day.